living in Australia doesn't mean that you have to be an Australian person.
What do you mean by Australian person?
We'll come back to that question later.
Raphael, down the end. Hands up if you think he's Australian. Hands up if you think he's not Australian. Okay. Hands up if you think Suleiman is Australian. Hands up if you think he's not Australian. Okay. Hands up if you think I am Australian. Hands up if you think I'm not. Okay. And hands up if you think Uncle Lockie's Australian. Well, thank heavens for that.
So Jaffed, is Australia then a place that you think is quite open to difference?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be open, but right now it's not really good conditions right now. They are telling you like you can't live in Australia, your religion is different, all that. That's not right.
Do you think that different religions have similar values?
Not really, because different religions have different beliefs. They pray differently, how their culture is different and all that.
So the vast majority of you thought that Raphael and Suleiman were not Australian. Can you tell me why you thought they weren't Australian? They don't look it. You any other reason? Yeah, up the back. Like accent? Yeah. Anyone else have another reason? Yeah.
Probably their names. They don't
Their names. Have you got another reason?
They don't dress.
Oh, the way they dress, their clothes.
People in Australia are from all different cultures and backgrounds and are in different situations, and they've been brought up differently.
Australia is a multicultural country because we're all different.
Do you think those differences necessarily cause conflict?
Yeah, they usually do, because because some people want all to believe in one thing. They don't want different beliefs all around.
And which groups do you think are vulnerable?
Muslims, mostly, because they're scared of terrorists.
Many people in this room have very different opinions.
Do you think that your religion is compatible with Australian values?
There is no such thing as Australian values.
With so many differences between people, different cultures, different beliefs, different faiths, mixed with misguided assumptions creating fear and distrust in many, is it reasonable to expect that Australians can live harmoniously together?
What is Australian values really? What is the definition of that? Anyone can be anything they want to be.
Do you think perhaps that freedom to be what you want to be is a value?
Yes, definitely a value. Yeah.
Let's look at name. Do you have to have a special name to be Australian? No. Then we've got accent. People speak all sorts of ways and they're still Australian. I mean, do you have to wear special clothes to be Australian? No. You have to look a particular way to be Australian? No. So none of those things make sense. But that's what we do. We kind of see people who are different and we make a guess as to who they are and what they do without really knowing. We all do it.
When people look for difference, usually they oversee or overlook the similarities.
Choose one word that you think best serves humanity.
The whole of humanity. Saying which ones are most important. It's hard to choose this one is pretty important. And respect. We're giving this.
Saeed, what do you think is the one value that Australia and perhaps all of mankind should live by?
I'll probably choose respect. If you respect other religions will respect you as a person and as a human being. If there's no respect, then there's no friendships, there's no bonds with other religions.
It's really important to respect other religions and other races. Even though you might not accept them in your mind, I think you should still respect them.
We're all different, but we all come together as one. That's why we're multicultural.
You're built the same. It's just what you've been towards and how you've grown up depends on who your personality is. But at the end of the day, everyone's human, and it's your choice.
Maybe we don't have the same religion, but we have so much else in common, and we can build relationships and friendships apart from the fact that we have different religions.
Any accent, any name, any clothes, any look, any religion, and you can still be Australian. That is the kind of country we live in.
So if there was only one rule in the whole world, what do you think it should be?
I think it should be, the rule in the world should be acceptance. Acceptance being acceptance of colour, diversity, culture.
My rule would be to help the poor, the people that don't have shelter, food and water, and I think they should have the same that we have.
So I think that compassion and mercy is a very important thing, especially nowadays in this world that we live in. We see that it's become, unfortunately, a dog-eat-dog world. You know, everyone is after money, after, you know, we have these big corporations that don't care about the environment.
I think it should probably be non-deforestation, because if we had no trees and people kept cutting them down, there'd be nothing left of the earth and no life, nothing.
Well, you should forgive people, because then you can make friends with them and then you could live in peace.
If I didn't forgive all the people that hurt me throughout my life, I think I'd have not too many friends.
We all need each other, and without love, without empathy, without compassion, without respect, this world is hell.
I think I'm sharing with people and respecting them, because people might feel safer and happier and there'll be less fights.
I think peacefulness, because if the entire world was peaceful, there'd be no war, and everybody would pretty much have fun.
That idea of seeing human beings, our fellow human beings, as spirit, as a sister, our brother, without any differences at all, that would be the ideal. That would be heaven on earth.
You're all my family. Yeni Milandian. In my language, that means we are one family.
Give me a chance to know you. Give me that chance to love you. I take a chance to know you. Give me a chance to love you like I do. Oh.